going on? I was thinking about sharing some things, some memories, and so many of them came through my head. I didn't know where to start. It's like I've been on the road now for over 40 years at least, and I guess one of the reasons why I loved joining Spyro Gyra back when I was a teenager. I basically was 16 years old when I met Jay and started playing in the clubs of Buffalo, and it was fun to do the gigs locally. I was doing more than just Spyro Gyra material. I was in many bands, but the thing that really sold me on this band was when we started touring and we started playing these festivals, these jazz festivals, and I started running into and meeting the greatest jazz legends of all time. This is when I started realizing, oh my God, I think I did the right thing here. So the first encounter that I really need to share is when I had breakfast with Count Basie, and it almost seems like a dream still to this point in my life. We were asked to play the North Sea Jazz Festival in Den Haag, Holland. We call it the Hague, 1979. And it was, there were 3 days, Friday the 13th of July, Saturday the 14th of July, and Sunday the 15th of July. Now, I brought up the actual schedule. North Sea Jazz has a timetable that goes way back, and it showed who was playing and where. It was just unbelievable because we arrived, I'm pretty sure we arrived on Friday, the 13th. Unfortunately, we arrived too late to see the Count Basie Orchestra because this is his, he started playing around 7 o'clock, 7:30, and went on to about 10. And then Ella Fitzgerald was after him. This is on this one stage. There were 7 or 8 stages. It was just an amazing festival. I mean, they still have it going on. I don't think they have much going on now because of this virus, but I'm sure it'll come back and we'll continue going there. But as you can see on this, we had Mingus Dynasty. Charlie Mingus, during the later years, his final years actually, had a thing called the Mingus Dynasty, and he still did some playing. Archie Shepp, Sam Rivers. These are the people that, obviously everybody knows, and David Murray, and plus other bands that, Chet Baker Quartet. Unbelievable. And then we went to Saturday, and there we are, Spyro Gyra. This is the first time we played overseas in the jazz festivals over there. So, wow. After us was Chick Corea and Herbie Hancock. Woody Shaw is after them. Dave Brubeck, Sun Ra. And then on other stages, we had Dorothy Donegan, Grover Washington Jr., who I got to hang out with. A real sweet man from around the same area that I'm from. B.B. King, another amazing gentleman. I have stories about all these guys. Woody Shaw, Milt Jackson, the list goes on and on. And then Sunday, we have Dizzy Gillespie. Now there's a man who I never thought I'd ever get to know. I mean, the leader and founder of bebop, and him and Charlie Parker. I never got to meet Charlie Parker, but I got to meet Dizzy a few times. And Dizzy actually enjoyed Spyro Gyra. He actually dug our band because he said many times that, we're helping to get, as he quoted, new butts in them seats. So I've got some stories about Dizzy too. Oscar Peterson, my all-time favorite pianist, jazz pianist. Lionel Hampton, Clark Terry, another sweetheart. So yeah, this is where we went. The first time we actually traveled outside of the country, aside from maybe Toronto. So what happened was we came in on Friday the 13th. I guess we had dinner and went to bed. And the next morning, I heard that, well, the thing that, you get free breakfast in Europe. I don't know if it's still happening, but at least then it came with the room. So, they served a nice breakfast, a buffet style breakfast. And had to get up for that because that's free food. You got to have free food. So I got up, I don't know, it must have been 9 o'clock, maybe 10 o'clock. I think it was served until noon or something like that. I come downstairs. I get in line at the breakfast because the place was packed. It was absolutely packed. And I'm noticing as I'm waiting in line with my tray, there's Woody Shaw, there's Ella Fitzgerald, there's, Grover Washington Jr., there's Woody Herman, I mean, it was unbelievable. It was absolutely unbelievable. Tony Williams was there, Herbie Chick, everybody. And their ensemble, or their group with them, and all hanging out, laughing. It was loud because everybody was telling stories. So I'm this kid. 1979, I was 21 years old. I'm waiting in line, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, I'm not going to be able to sit anywhere because there's nowhere, it's all taken. So I got my eggs, I got my sausage, I got my toast and my home fries and whatever it is that they had, packed it on, decided, okay, I'm going to just take this to my room, finish it in my room. So I'm walking around and I'm like, walking around aimlessly, just one last chance to see if I can find a place to sit. When I hear this voice from the far corner of the room, hey, over here, there's a spot right here. It's Count Basie. So I'm looking around, I'm going, who's saying this? And I looked again and it's like, yeah, over here, man, over here. So I'm like going, thank you, God. I wandered over there. I sit down, and then I notice that it's not only Count Basie, but it's my dad's idol, Ray Brown, over to his left, and over to Count Basie's right is Jim Hall, great jazz guitarist. And here I am being basically summoned over there by Count Basie, who didn't know me from Adam. And it was just an amazing, fun atmosphere. I mean, these guys did nothing but tell stories. I'm telling stories about them now, but they were telling stories that were pretty deep back then. I mean, as far as the racism they went through and all the things they had to deal with. And so I sat down. I could hardly finish my meal because I was laughing so much. And I was also in awe of the fact that I was sitting across from the great Count Basie. I couldn't even say anything to these guys. I was just so happy and so, so humbled by their, friendship and just the loving acceptance, that I felt. And that's basically what I learned from this experience was the loving friendship that I got from cats that basically went through the worst era of racism towards musicians, black musicians, in the history of this country. And just to think that, they would ask a guy like me to come by and just, hey, man, sit down, this is for you. Anyway, I had to share that one. That's the first of the many stories I'm going to share. And I hope you enjoyed that one. I did actually finish my meal finally after those guys got up and left and went on with my day. We ended up doing a concert and it was a lot of fun. It was fantastic. The festivals were fantastic. And I can't wait to share more stories like that with you guys. Okay, see you later.